Hello everyone, my name is Russell Wright. I'm the co-inventor of the Domain Web Studio, online marketing, SEO, outsourcing, project management, online real estate, empire building suite. Domain Web Studio helps you build your online empire by enhancing your productivity in 3 easy steps using a stackable, repeatable process. Number 1, design your website. Number 2, write your content, outsource and control your team. Number 3, promote that content with your team to drive traffic to your site and your content. Number 1, you design your website using website silo architecture. This is a design that helps you rank higher for far fewer inbound links than your competition and still works for us at 2,000% increase in traffic even during the Google Panda and Penguin updates. Have a website already? You don't have to start from scratch. You can use Domain Web Studio with existing websites or new ideas or markets that you'd like to test. Rapidly map out and sculpt your ideas in minutes to find out if they're profitable. The Network Empire stackable process is integrated directly into Domain Web Studio. You have a business-in-a-box application that manages your technical design, your team, your content, your outsourcing collaboration, and your website promotion. Team collaboration is a key component that makes Domain Web Studio absolutely unique in the industry. At every key point of the Network Empire stackable process, you will be able to assign tasks to your team from anything from content development to online promotion. This is great for teams of any size or one-man bands that want to control their task list more efficiently. There's 8 easy processes within the stackable SEO project management system. Step 1 is the research ROI. That's your return on your investment using our proprietary algorithms and keyword clustering technology. Remember, Domain Web Studio is brought to you by the same team that brought you themezoom.com, the only consumer-grade natural language processing technology on the planet. Silo framework is the second step. This is where you build out your silo framework or your website using website silo architecture. There's the team management component, which makes Domain Web Studio absolutely unique. Then you can export your site using XML or our website silo WordPress plugin. Then you can publish your website using these technologies. Then you promote your website with our 8-step process, and of course you can outsource this using our recommended third-party promotion, content curation, video syndication, RSS aggregation systems, or you can bring your own and organize your own third-party promotional tools. This is a complete empire-building process to manage the largest projects in one enterprise application, and it's completely scalable up or down dependent upon the size of your organization. From conception until completion, giving you or your client data they can actually understand. Imagine being able to deliver information within minutes that has taken you hours to figure out before. Imagine presenting a promotional plan that takes seconds to compile to present to your client. Too much information that you're dealing with all your spreadsheets? Divide and conquer your market by organizing your website's battle plan with Domain Web Studio. DWS gives you literally everything you need each step of the way. No more worrying about forgotten marketing lists and team task lists. Step 3, deliver your message. Penetrate deep and wide through multiple channels. Imagine building your own broadcasting delivery system. You see, you have to broadcast in the new web. Show and tell everyone about your brand, product, or service. The days of website networks or network of sites are gone. The days of personal brand broadcast networks are here. Share your message in real time with anyone using a browser. You'll never have to say, "What do I do next?" ever again. Domain Web Studio guides you through the process and helps your team organize all the tasks that need to be accomplished to penetrate your message through the marketplace across multiple channels. Spread your message. The promotional blueprint in Domain Web Studio is designed to help you spread your message in all media types. Yes, all media types to get your message heard. The objective? To drive qualified traffic to your website that converts and improves your business online presence and your bottom line. Now Matt DeCruz, the creator of Domain Web Studio, is going to take us on a tour of the application. Domain Web Studio was built by Matt DeCruz and ThemeZoom architect Suzanne Bell, who was a military software architect for many years.
Right, so we've looked into DWS, and at the moment we're looking at the home screen. So when you click on the home link over here, and what this does, it shows you your empires. The reason why we call it empire is because an empire can consist of multiple sites. Okay. So when we look at the Det tab here, we can click on the actual icon and it opens up and you see a project, and it gives you a project ID, and each project represents one website or one promotion type. Okay, and within this we can see the process. So we've got the silo framework, the keyword DNA, the communication channel, the team management screen, the content for the site, the export manager, and then the promotion plan manager. And like I said before, you can actually hop across from any part of the process within a site when using the system. For any non-syndication based tasks or development tasks, underneath the communication control, we basically can assign tasks to people or put deadlines that we want to have followed, and the system will tell you how long it's been running for, and it'll also tell you how many days it's actually behind schedule. So if you want to close it off, you can simply click completed and you can update it. Else you can click on the little icon of the person and you can actually add to the thread, so you can write your comment. Now whoever this message has been assigned to, it'll basically email that person back, and you can actually see the comment thread expanding over here. So you can write a comment. If they write back, you can actually from your home screen open and close any communications pertaining to a particular project ID. Okay, so let's look into this whole system now and go through it. So from the top level overview, we click on the Silo framework, and what this does is it takes us to the Silo framework screen, and this is where we actually go about building the website frameworks out. Okay, so the way it works is we simply can just import our keywords, and we're constantly adding other keyword tools in here. So if you're using Kraken Voma, you can grab Kraken's export, point to it and click import or import it in. You can do the same for the last keyword tool, Market Samurai, and that will bring in all the keywords into the keyword grid over here. Next we got the business rules and filters, and this is the first place you'll come where you can actually configure the screen. And over here you can see you got all the settings, so you can say show me the top 30 keywords. You can set the average page rank. This is a new feature in DWS where the keyword decision screen basically adjusts the costings, the suggested backlinks, the supporting articles, all the requirements to get a keyword ranked based on the actual page rank that you're dealing with. So it's very, very powerful. We've got the golden niches identifier where we can specify any keyword under 1,000 pages or 10,000 pages that earns more than $500 per month. Please flag it up, and then so forth. We can come through and create a whole conversion process. So we're saying 25% of the clicks will come through from Google. When they hit our page, 1% will actually convert into something. If you're doing sales or you're doing back office leads, you simply just say, okay, what is the conversion rate when they get a lead in, they phone the client up, what is the success rate? If every 5 out of 10 people convert, we can actually just put in 50%, and that will complete the conversion funnel. Okay, so if you wanted this to be left alone or ignored, just fill in 100%. And when we update this, what it's going to do is it's going to go off and readjust all the keywords in the keyword decision grid as well, and it will also update our scorecards for our blueprint silo structure. So as we're looking at this grid, we've got the top 30 keywords. Okay, so we've got 700 keywords in our grid, and it's showing us the top 30 keywords, and we can see, we can actually drill into the keyword and see how this qualifies. There's a scorecard that tells you the quality of the keyword that we're actually looking at, which is quite interesting. And then when we come back, we can actually, if we look at a keyword and the competing pages doesn't seem right, we can click on this little icon over here, and this will allow us to actually update the traffic as well as the competing pages. So sometimes keyword tools do spit out numbers that are incorrect, and that's one way to quickly adjust it. If we want to add a keyword, we can't find it, we can simply add it in over here by putting on all the metadata for the keyword, and we can add one keyword at a time. And then another feature we've added here is the Silo Framework Blueprint, and this gives you a spreadsheet outlook on the whole keyword, and you can actually see how the silos, the categories and supporting articles are mapped out with the actual keywords that are supporting them. So rapidly you can see how you've built out your whole blueprint just from a single view. Now the way the system works is to move a keyword in. Okay, we can filter by any type of keywords. So say now we're just looking for silo keywords because we want to expand on the silo structure. We can simply select silo, press the filter submit button, and this will go and filter the keywords, and all we're left with is the actual supporting keywords. You can see them, there's all the silos with the S's. we've got an indicator here that shows us moderate buyer's intent. It's an informational, educational keyword, and yes, there's buyer's intent associated with this keyword. So free credit score, this keyword here has got $28 per click. And when we look at this grid, we can actually see that none of these keywords are going to make us money in the first month, and a lot of them are outside of our budget. They cost more than what we can actually spend. These indicators help you if you're working with budgets, and if you want to see your budget, you can actually come down to the business rules and filters, and you can actually see what your budget is over here. So let's just say our budget is 10,000. Let's say the client says he wants to spend 50k to get this project running for debt. We can update the filter, and automatically that will readjust keyword decision grid. So there we can see this keyword that's worth 250k becomes profitable for us because now we can afford to promote it. Another thing it shows you is when you're building out your blueprint, this grid here tells you how many keywords you're targeting, and it also tells you roughly what this blueprint can generate when you rank in positions 1, 2, or 3 for every single keyword in the blueprint. Further down, we get a traffic analysis, which tells us how much traffic actually is going to come, how many conversions, what's the average search volume, and then what's the PPC cost if we had to go pay the top price for each keyword within our blueprint, and how much money we'll spend annually. So we'll spend $2,649 annually on this plan if we were buying all the PPC traffic. So that quickly helps you justify your costings in relation to buying the traffic from Google. So the way this works is if we want to move keywords into the silo level, we simply click on the theme keyword credit repair, and we can very quickly move keywords we're interested in now. So you can see over here at the top of the screen, there we've got credit repair. So we know what keyword we're working on, and whatever's showing there, whatever we select will become a sibling of that keyword. So if I want to put in some silos here, all I need to do is simply click and check on the keywords that I'm interested in for that example there, and then I click on move to blueprint. If I want to assign synonyms to the actual keyword, I simply clicked as add primary terms or add primary supporting keywords. And when we do that, if we move things to the blueprint where we've checked a bunch of keywords and we press move to blueprint, these keywords will be removed from the grid and they'll actually come and sit down here in the tree structure. And this way you can see, you can essentially do a filter and you can grab 5 keywords and you can move them to anywhere within the structure. It's very simple, very quick and easy to use. And this keyword decision grid helps your clients really understand what they have to invest to get ranked for keywords. So the next step of the process is the DNA braid. And to cut this video short, the DNA braid essentially is the part where we can actually add our supporting keywords to the keywords we want to get ranked for. And this is where we can add them all in. Okay. And what happens is, same story, you simply click on the keyword within your silo framework and it will show you what are the contextual keywords you should use when you're writing your article, what are your custom synonyms you've added already, and what is your default supporting keywords, and what are your customized supporting keywords. The customized parts of the system is things that you add yourself. So if you don't have a keyword in the keyword grid, you can simply come in here and just type in your keyword, 1 keyword per line, and add them. So you can really work rapidly and add things around. The next step of the process is the team manager screen. So once we've built out our silo framework and we've built out a DNA braid, i.e. we've added all the supporting keywords we want to support credit rating, and we've filled up the whole grid so it looks complete, we can then come to the team and we can start looking at who have we got available to actually do work. And here you can see Sarah, she's got the red clock and she's minus 186% overworked. She's maxed out. The chart also represents that she's got 43 hours worth of work and she's only available 15 hours a month. So this could mean 2 things. One, she's not completing the work and she's behind on all her work. So this is a really good indicator of keeping track of your guys. And if you're outsourcing to teams in the Philippines or in other countries, if they are not delivering on the deadlines that you set for their work, you'll very quickly pick up on them getting behind, because the bar should be like that, green with the amount of hours and the lower set value of work. Now with myself, you can see I've got hardly any work assigned to myself, and I've still got 92% availability. I've got plenty of hours left, so a lot of work can be assigned to myself to keep me at almost max capacity. And that's how you want to keep your team running. You want to keep them busy all the time, okay? And that's how you get your bang for your buck. Another thing we've added in here is outsourcing staff directory. This is simply for micro tasks. You can go and find anyone on Fiverr or other places who specialize in doing a specific task. So if you don't want to increase your team, but you need a specific thing done, this directory takes you all the way through all these little micro tasks, and you can find someone to do it for you very quickly. So next we come to the site content, and this is where we order our content. We simply fill in this form, and then we check off what we want to get built out. And this mirrors our silo framework, and we can actually map out a silo at a time. So here we've got a silo structure with supporting categories, and we can actually get that node built out. And all we have to do is fill in the order form up here, say we're going to assign the work to, define the levels of quality. We go through this in a lot more detail in our training videos. And when you click on the order submit button, those nodes that we selected, they'll be processed, and this is where you can fill in a custom email to our person who's doing the work. And we've created a template that actually is good for outsourcing. It covers all the key points like what's expected, what's acceptable, what's not allowed, and any further information. Or you can either use this, or simply you can come to the source code, highlight it or delete it, and then embed your video code in over here, and you can actually send it to a YouTube video if you wanted to. That's not public. So when we click send instruction, this is going to email myself because I've assigned the work to myself, but it's going to actually send me a task instruction. But when we come down, we can actually see that the content's been ordered and is ready to be edited. On the left hand side, we have the tree structure here, and as we open this node up, we can see one article is written. There's two that are ready to be ordered, written over there, and the ones with the little red dot are the ones that need to be written, so they've not been ordered yet. Now with DWS, what you can do is you can actually map out a solid blueprint and use the blueprint and sell the blueprint as is, and the client can fill in the content on the website. If the client just wants you to map out the silo structure and they want to build the site themselves, all you got to do there is simply come along here, map it all out, skip the content part, and hop straight to the website blueprint. And when you click on that link, it opens up the website publisher. All you do is you simply click on that, highlight everything, and click publish. As soon as you do that, it's going to pre-populate the silo WordPress silo builder XML file, and you export that out, and with our silo plugin you can go and basically build out the whole website in literally seconds, and it'll take whatever you've designed here and it will map it all out in WordPress for the client. So a task that used to take 2 days or a few bunch of hours, you can actually have it done in a few minutes. So this is how it all works. If you're not familiar with XML, basically if I click on this link here and I say open in Firefox, usually you'll save that to your desktop, but what's going to happen over here is it'll open it up and it'll create this silo node which keeps all the information that we need for the silo builder, and that silo builder will go and actually build out your whole silo structured website with a silo framework. At the moment, our silo plugin is the only one on the market that actually does it properly. We've reviewed many, but none had actually met our standards, so we went and created our own one. It's a really powerful plugin, and it works really well. Like I says, we cover that in more detail in the Mentor Empire's training area. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to hop across to the promotional plan. So just to recover on what we've done, we've come along here to the silo framework and we've mapped out our website blueprint. We then created the DNA braid. We added the supporting keywords and the synonyms for our blueprint. So this is us adding the meat to the bones type of scenario. We then looked at our team, reviewed our team to see who's available for work. We then came to the site content. We ordered our content and assigned it to team members to write. And then we've come and we've actually, the teams, we assuming the team's written the content, we can actually see it when it's done by the green tick. And if we're ready to publish, we actually go and publish all the nodes we want to put through onto the website. Now, once everything's published, we click on the promotional plan, and the first thing we do is we configure DWS and tell all of our production costs. We put in our company details, we say we want to promote things, and then we come to the promotional plan blueprint. And this is a modeling system where we can essentially, on everything that's been published over here, we will see it over here. So we've published 2 silos that we want to build out, and we started creating a promotional plan by including and excluding, simply by checking the block and saying include. What the system does, it actually plans out your whole promotional blueprint in seconds, and it will map out what you need to do and how much work you're going to have. And it gives you a plan month by month, week by week, of how much tasks you actually need to get done, and what the cost is for new content, what the cost is if you repurpose your content. We talk about repurposing in the members here in the training, and then what the savings are when you look at your plan. We then look at the signals by promotion type, and we can see where we're going to be promoting our properties week by week, month by month, for the entire lifespan. Now, this view is only in a year in advance. Please note, if you're going for big keywords, some might take up to like 24 months. If you're going for big keywords like bad credit or something like that, it could take you 2 years, and your plan will just run on to completion. And over here we can see by keyword how the promotion velocity is going to continue. So you can see on most keywords it makes a wedge shape, because the harder keywords take longer to get ranked, and they take a lot more time. So that's why it's drawn out like that. And you can see by keyword, month by month, what we're going to do it and what due dates the promotions are. Now, this is very powerful, because what we're doing is we actually syndicating your content across the web in different media formats. Number one. Number two, you can see by the up and down, we're giving a lot of activity signals, which gives a nice signal to the search engine that there's a lot of activity going on. And if we're writing PAM content, we will be engaging with the audience, which thus means they will come back to the website. Number two, we can actually define by filling in the date when we want a keyword to actually start. So we can say fixed bad credit, we will start at the end of the year, like the 25th or the 12th. And when we do that and we press include, it will start the promotion of fixed bad credit at that date and time. So this means you can actually work with your client on their budget, on what they can afford, and the client can say to you when and what and how they want to promote the content. Now, another situation we have here is promotional account creation, and usually this is a pain for a lot of people, of keeping record of all their usernames and passwords for a specific account. We've made it simple in DWS. We've built up a big archive or a big directory of all the top promotion places. You can see it by page rank, what they are, and we've put them into groups and categories. Now, all you have to do is simply assign them to a person, set a date of when you want them done by, and give an estimated time. And usually we just say 1 hour for the job. If the guy's going to create a few, if it takes more, you set the time more. But you simply come along and you just check the properties you want built in the different places, and when you press submit, it's going to assign a task to the person it was assigned to. Because we're in the master control, we can see everything. But if we had work assigned to a person, I'll show you a team member's view shortly, you would see all the work assigned to them. Once they've done that, they can actually click on that and they can actually log all the usernames and passwords in DWS, and when the guys come to write the content, those usernames and passwords will be brought forward so they can actually go and write the content and publish it in the right places. Okay, so from here we can actually go and order our promotional content, and we can specify by date what we want done and who's going to do what. So simply we'll grab the person's name and we'll say you're going to write X amount of articles, X amount of blogs, and I want you to do 2 press releases, and you can click assign a task. And what it'll do is it'll adjust the time they've got left, as well as put the work in their work area. And so they go through the process. When we come to promotional content tasks for the month, Here we can see the grid, and throughout DWS and through the team members areas, the content writing screens are all the same. They always run through the same process. So here we can see when I click on the icon there, it'll open up the edit icon, and we can see a few things here. By default, DWS will build out a trackable URL for you in anchor text format or for you to test to make sure that it's actually live and working. And if you look there, you can see you got all these codes in there. These are UTM codes that we've got that are encoded with specific identifiers that are custom to DWS. And only when you bring the information back in from your analytics will it actually decode what promotion is actually creating sales into your business. In the PKKM model that's coming out soon, we'll be connecting to AdWords and we'll be fetching that information for you. But that's a new feature that we're currently working on. It's not available at this point in time with this current release. But typically what will happen here is we put in a few tips telling you what to do over here. If there's an article written, you'll actually see the headline, the synopsis, the article, and the metadata. And when you write your promotional article, you can repurpose your content simply by grabbing whatever's written there, pasting it in here and tweaking it out and basically resetting it. We cover how to do this in the Network Empires members area, okay, in a lot of detail. So the process is the same when you write content. Here you can see all these flags here, they're showing me that it's late. So the system manages absolutely everything to the smallest details for us. And it goes all the way to the end to where we're actually publishing our tasks, and it actually gives us a one feed, RSS feed that comes out of DWS with all our promotional content in it. So just to end off this video, I want to basically hop across to the team view and log in there and just show you what a team member would see when they log in. So as you can see, they just see home and help desk. These are the only two buttons the team member will see. When they log in, it will tell them how much work they have for the month. So 70% of their work is primary content for the site, 25% is promotional on directories, and then 3% is blog articles. It tells them what tasks they have to do for the month, and it shows them how many tasks they've completed. If they finish and if they don't deliver the content on the due date, they'll get the red arrow pointing down. If it's on time, the green arrow pointing up. So very quickly they can see if they're actually not performing. But as we look at this, we can click on current tasks for this month, and here we can see all the tasks they have. They've got 19 tasks that need to be written. So the first one is for the project credit repair, and they need to write an article about erase bad credit. They can see when it's assigned, when it's due. They can see the level of the content, how much time is allocated for that article, and how many words it's got to be. When I click on the icon, it opens up the editor, and in the editor, if we've assigned any DNA Braid keywords, contextual keywords and the like, it'll come in there. They can then write the article, and in the metadata and the meta titles, they can come and tweak this out. If they don't do that, you can do it in the DWS owners area or project manager area where you manage the whole project. And that's all they got to do is they log in, they click on the task, they write the article, they click create the article. And what that does, it moves it from current tasks to completed tasks for this month. And you'll see the keyword actually appear over here. If they've got any accounts they need to set up, it'll appear over here, and this little thing tells us by project what accounts have to get done. And if they've got promotional content to write, they can once again click on the task, and it's the same thing over again. So here we can see got a whole bunch of with Brad credit promotional tasks. Now what DWS does is it'll auto assign keywords from the DNA Braid for you, so it manages your backlink portfolio automatically. So these are all with bad credit keywords. But over here we can see that the anchor text they should use is credit for bad credit history, fix my bad credit quickly is the anchor text they should be using. And when I click on the node, you'll notice that fix bad credit is actually embedded into the URL. So if I select the whole string there, and we just drop this into the source code, fix bad credit quickly has been put in. Now if we go back to source, you can see that one has got no tracking URLs, And if I grab the one above with tracking and I stick it in, and you can see all the UTMs there, it's built out my URLs for me really quickly. The first one is just to test the URL to make sure that it's actually set up properly and it is going to be live on your website. It's very important that you do test that. But yeah, we've got a non-tracking URL. This one we've got tracking parameters built into it, so when someone clicks on it, we'll have that referrer data linked, and we'll be able to reverse engineer exactly what article at what location drove traffic back to what page within our website which potentially created a sale, and we can follow that all the way through with the DWS system. And it's super easy for your team. They don't have to figure any of that out. It's all done for them. So this is it, guys. This is the new version of DWS. I try to make this overview video as short as possible, but there's so much going on, but it's become so simple to use now. It's just a super system, and the guys using it are getting fantastic results.